we are about to end this section of the price section. I have covered a simple price action structures and the execution patterns that you can be using. If there is really nothing more into it, and you will see that once you add the confluence in terms of volumes and order flow, it will start to make much more sense. And also price section by itself, the context of the overall what is market doing is more important than that. But before we going to end this whole section, I want to talk about the time frames and the non-time based charts. So the non-time based charts are only offered in the advanced platforms such as Sierra chart or Exo charts, and you have many options of them. You know, if I kind of place a do I have to, let me show you this real quick. I'm going to put a Sierra chart here. I'm going to press the F5. You have so many options when it comes to these things. You have a volume charts. You have, these are the tick charts. These are the range bars, Renko bars. Delta candles, price changes per bars, and points and figures. They are all a little bit different in terms of how they, obviously calculate the data. Volume bars, they are created once any sort of predetermined amount of volume is traded. These are the tick charts which I am actually using, and I like to use them. Basically every trade that happens is one tick. So if I have 1,000 tick chart, every 1,000 trades is a new candle is created. Then you have something like Renko, which are those breaks that are only created if market breaks the kind of a reversal point. There are similar as range bars, and you have a point and figure charts, and these delta and so on and so forth. You will only see me using tick charts for most cases. Sometimes for a footprint it's a good to use a reversal bars. But tick charts are really more than fine, and the setting of a tick chart is really dependent on a volatility, because obviously if markets are not moving, what these non-time based charts are, they are not going to print new candles basically. So if I have a 10,000 tick chart but no one is actually trading, or there are very low volatility and not many trades are getting executed, I'm not having many new candles, which compared to like 1 minute chart, you will have these just kind of a small 1 minute bars, because obviously they are based on time and you cannot really stop that. But what is important to understand is that tick chart will have to be adjusted based on a volatility. On a slow days you will have a very few candles, and on high volatile days you will have a lot of candles. So you will have to constantly adjusting tick charts based on market conditions, and there is no really a trick about it. You need to get kind of feeling for it and find the number that is working for you. If you don't want to be too bothered, or if you feel like it's a little bit too advanced thing for you, you can just stick to a time-based chart. I just wanted to show you this as a kind of a possibility. For example, for something like ES, the E-mini S&P futures, it's pretty good to use tick charts, because if you are using a time-based chart, nothing really happens outside of US trading hours. So the tick chart will fix this kind of a issue. But if you're not feeling like it, sticking to something like 5 minute, 1 minute chart is completely fine. Navigating time frames. this depends on the style of trading you will decide to go with. Obviously different time frames bring different types of traders. Lower time frames offer more granularity, but the exact time frame is not important. This is something I already covered. No matter of a trading style, we will be introducing kind of things when it comes to execution and when it comes to picking up levels and doing these things, but you will be working with a multiple time frames basically. As you can see here on the screen, these are kind of examples of the time frames you want to be looking at based on your trading style. I feel like, yeah, this is overall pretty accurate representation of that. Okay, so we will what we will basically do when we will get to the strategy section is that you will have kind of your daily, weekly charts for only a higher time frame biases, but then you will have two other time frames. The higher one will be for kind of picking out the levels from which you will be trading, and then the lowest one will be for execution. So this is just what we will cover a little bit later on, but this is just kind of a framework you will have to get familiar with, using this kind of a multiple time frame analysis. Okay, so let's jump into the order flow.